How are we going to do this communications or strategic communications officer? Because should you be showing us documentaries from those countries?
I think
every day you buy airtime on BTV here, and every day you're showing us. Till we have a mindset change. It happened during COVID,
yes.
And I was at home saying, now who are we looking to for a drug?
Yeah, partly I would also like to re-emphasize that the media, where we are now, the same platform, you drive the narrative. Because in our efforts to look for a collective buy-in we cannot operate in synergies and succeed. So we need all stakeholders on board, MDAs, government agencies, the public domain, all citizens of Uganda,
the kingdoms,
cultural leaders,
political
religious
parties.
leaders, even opinion leaders. We need everyone on board, and therefore we need everyone's involvement. We cannot say, because if you're looking at post-harvesting handling, you have your harvests, they're perhaps on the market, the same scenario that Kathy was trying to narrate. What infrastructure do you have that is going to manage your harvest? Even when we have the infrastructure innovation as a bureau, the secretariat, we are not everywhere. We have not scaled out to ensure that we have all the infrastructure we need. Therefore, we would need everyone's support at every level, but including being more organized in how our management of the city is, the roads, but also taking an individual initiative
to involve LCs. Because these are the policies.
In our think tanks at our thinking level, we do ensure that we involve everyone.
And maybe setting up competitions.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We have
where we are competing. You say Western region versus Eastern region. Who innovates best? Actually, we can. I'm just thinking loudly. We said this time we want people to compete about how many people can produce stuff out of potatoes. You get it. So we give them specifics. How many? Then we set up competitions on cabbage. We set up competitions on maize flour, for instance.
We've had such competitions at different fairs, including the Science Week, National Science Week.
Yes.
Last year, those that attended. So that
were those also regional? Did we see the Turiagumanawe?
Regional, but at educational institutional levels.
Okay.
We go more in the probably institutions, but also to appreciate.
Yes.
Sometimes an innovation cannot be done by one person.
Yes.
So what we also do is sometimes if we have a problem, we'll call what we call a hackathon. We'll call different people that are experts. Hackathons are just, we come in a room and say, this is the problem. You don't exit until we get a solution.
Okay.
Now, you all have to work together, whether from this region or that region. But also one of the other things that we are doing is reverse engineering. Sometimes, especially with the agricultural produce or most of in the traditional economy, it's access to affordable machinery that can help you maybe handle the cabbages better. And we have these young people, what we call the juakali, that will look at a machine that has been imported and they quickly make a version that is more cost friendly.
Yes.
So we are also looking at those young people that can do reverse engineering for some of the machinery that is expensive for maybe farmers that will aid their post-harvest handling, and they do reverse engineering. So even as we send out calls, usually when we send out calls we have specific areas, and every year we always prioritize the productivity in agriculture.
Yes. I want to hear competitions like here in Uganda would be a Masters Abundu. What are you innovating? Say what are you coming up with? So it's something that, and that's when they come as a team, just like they come as a football team or a club. Let's look at also how people can access, or organizations access some of your services.
By organizations, it's still the same process like an individual. Our services, you can walk in, we listen to you, we schedule an appointment, listen to you, depending on what...
Yeah, and the office is so lucrative. And people, you see, Ugandans fear.
I know.
By the way, there is a spirit of fear upon this
Oh,
country.
we rebuke
people
it.
even fear to... Do you realize that people don't buy from shops that are on level first floor or second floor?
They buy from the, yes.
They really do. Why they are afraid. Somebody may come to town and they fear to enter into one office. How have you made the offices Ugandan friendly?
They are very friendly. First of all, with the faces.
But also we have an open door policy. You just walk in.
You just walk in. There are no soldiers.
They are there for security, but they don't stop you. They don't stop you.
We have online platforms. We have every now and then we keep engaging people at different levels. We have reach outs. We go and try to look out.
And then also the Science Week is a good platform. The Science Week is for an entire week. We most times we hold it at Kololo. You can even meet the minister. It's open door really. You come in, look around what we are doing. We are all available for meetings. If we can't take the meeting, it's too technical during that time, we'll reschedule when. And then we structure the support. Some of them come in for financing, which of course takes some time. But those that come in for the different types of support, whether it's helping you work out your innovation or linking you to international investors, we structure the support and work with you. And we attach an officer that is meant to be your contact person. So in case of anything, that officer is your contact person.
But you'll also realize that the Secretariat of Science, Technology and Innovation operates totally different from the traditionally known
government ministry.
Exactly. We want the appeal is to be very accessible and easy to
you
reach.
Among us.
We are among you, and you know, every now and then, even if you go on any platform.
Sure, I testify. All of you have been good.
Every platform of the Secretariat, we are always engaging, and the idea is to involve everyone.
Yes, because when I say our communication was so fast, and we were able to, I testify about that. What they're saying is really true. What opportunities are there for students at probably vocational level or university level, Kathy?
So most, I'll start I think with university. Most of our research is happening in universities. Most of our projects that we are funding are in universities. So most times the universities will, even students will send out an application when we send out a call, and we will fund them. Then also we have, so most of our grants currently, the ones that are very heavy on research, let's say in pathogen economy where they're researching viruses, and most of those are at universities. We also have engagement with students. We have what we call the Protege program at the Secretariat, where we bring on interns every year. There are very few, of course. We take in about a maximum of 10, but those are pulled from universities. We also have, and they work with us, so you'll find that in my office I'll have a protege. They prefer to be called proteges, not interns. And my role is to ensure that that intern can do the work that I do, so that if I'm not available, that intern is. So we also empower them in that sense. We also empower these interns to support innovators. When innovators have now turned into a company, they require people that they can hire. So most of those are channeled. Then we also have, still we call them in for the Innovation Week, Science Week, where they can showcase their innovations. Then for primary and secondary schools, we've just started a new engagement which we are calling the UG Innovate. We have opened up innovation clubs in select schools. We are still piloting it because we've noticed also these young people innovate. and we want to capture them right at childhood. So we've opened that up, but also during Science Week we have a day dedicated to just students. They come in, they are the ones running the program, running the show, they show us their innovations. So with the UG Innovate is how we are structuring the support to the primary and secondary. But regardless of whether you're in primary, whether you're in secondary, whether you're in school or not in school, if you have an innovation, for us that is the only password. You need to open our door. So it's not just schools, it's anyone.
That is very good news. We are crowning up. Elijah, let me come to you regarding strategic communications. Are you getting some goodwill ambassadors for innovation, just like the Kabak of Buganda is used by the Uganda AIDS Commission to champion the fight against HIV? Do you have plans to get some of these celebrities participate and start up the thing, like we say?
Well, those are not necessarily the approaches that we're taking.
Okay.
But I wanted to also, since we're almost coming to a conclusion, there's a very important aspect or study that we've had at the Secretariat that I wanted to highlight. I must state that our minister is one of the most brainy ministers that we have.
Yes.
So she invests more in thinking, which is very critical. There's a black box concept. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I've heard about thinking rooms.
So the black box concept.
Something Catherine mentioned here.
Hackathon.
So it highlights more of where the conundrum that we find ourselves as Africans, but also Ugandans, to be very specific, which is backed hundreds of thousands of years back. But you look at the education system, for instance, because most of these ideas, the way we do things, the way we run our economy is predetermined by the education system. The way we look at things, our perspectives are all predetermined at our earlier stages. So this concept, the black box concept, even in our communications, even the way we interpret, it has an effect that majority of people might not interpret unless they go deep to think about certain things. The black box designed us, Africans or Ugandans, to be consumers from our education system to where we are, to adults until we expire. Because you look at the average lifespan of a Ugandan at 65 years.
They're pretty short.
You spend
halfway what to go to once.
You spend half your lifespan getting educated. Then you use another half perhaps being productive. So we need to critically look at different aspects of our setup, which we inherited, and see how to redesign and benefit more from them. How do we produce more? How do we add more value so that we can sell than consume? Aspects like that, how do we look into them and redesign them? But from the communications point of view as well, you might want to look at the different directions we're taking. We're taking the outreaches, back to the question that you asked. We're looking at outreaches. We're looking at using the media, because the media drives the narrative. How, like we're doing now, how do we engage further to see that we have more people on board, our stakeholders know what is happening in the country, and we don't leave anyone behind. And we continue to make Uganda the best as it should.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time. I need you to share your contacts with our viewers, those that are following us on YouTube, and those that are watching live, and even those watching on the app. They would want to connect with you. You know, Ugandans want technical know-who. Now they have seen you guys. They are sure they have someone at the secretariat.
But shouldn't we let systems operate?
Not really. I'm saying that is there. That is, you know, when you're moving people from to where it is unknown, you start with the known. They will have to say, I know Elijah here, I know Kathy here, and when you pull out your face, then they say, yes, that is the guy. Then from there, that's how Ugandans actually are. Maybe a telephone number for the ministry that
and also the email.
And the email address, please.
Okay.
So
the email address is info at sti.go.ug. info@sti.go.ug. But you can also get on any of our social media platforms and send us a message. That is even much faster, like Twitter. That one we can respond to you. We find that the email is more informative because you send us an email asking us what you want, and we structure that when we call you back or when we meet you, we have the officer who is able to respond to you.
Your issue.
Because most times when you call via phone, it's immediate. We don't probably have the person in the room. But you send us an email, and in the email you let us know, this is me, this is what I do. Because if, let's say, you're innovating in space, I will need to have the team lead for space to cater to you. If yours is maybe political up there, I'll need to have the minister in the room. So the email.
I see so many jobs coming up.
We also have a website.
Yes, you can go on there and see what we are running.
Give them the
Contact
web address,
information
please.
is also there. The website is www.sti.go.ug.
Okay.
Yes. So if you go on the website, all the information and the thematic areas or the scientific innovation centers are all there. So based on your interests, you can click there, get more information there, and it can actually help you come up with better ideas.
I see so many jobs being created, even district science and innovation officer.
Absolutely, because the idea of this, the idea of science, technology, and innovation is industrialization. From industrialization, then you can create jobs.
Then we can create jobs. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ronald, for having us.
Superintendent Support Services, Science Innovation, Science Technology Innovation Secretariat. I've also been speaking to Elijah Turiagubana, Strategic Communications Officer, and you're following this on YouTube as well as on the app Victory Uganda app. Just go to your Play Store, download that Victory Uganda app. You'll definitely be able to see Dream TV National. That's where we are, because we also have a radio station, and also we have definitely church services which you can look out for on that app platform. Any last word for our viewers? Everything is at the Secretariat.
Yes. Please join us in making Uganda the best.
The best. Making Uganda the best. I'm joining you. I need to come up with this. We need something for preserving our children's food as they go to school in the morning. A flask of.
You're already an innovator. You have so many ideas that you need to just
but
work
I also
on.
want to, as I conclude, call upon mostly young people to engage in innovation, to create ideas, create solutions, because that is the way to survive. It is survival mode, I must say. So if you have what you're blessed with, mostly the young people, is you're blessed with ample time, but also you're blessed with fresh minds that have not faced the many challenges or stumbling blocks that we have faced.
Stress.
So take advantage of that, create fresh ideas, because innovation, science, technology, and innovation has the ability to turn around things in the shortest time possible.
Thank you so much, Elijah, and thank you so much, Kathy, for your time. We are just continuing with our broadcast, and many other programs are up next. Please, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our producer, Jonah. God bless you so much, my brother, and all my colleagues working behind the scenes. It's me, Ronald Maviru, seeing you tomorrow on the same show, The Breakfast Club.